Faye, are you already on your way over to my new house?
Hello, Anderson. And yeah, I should be arriving there in a few more minutes. Did something happen that I should know about?
While I was on my way back home today, an emergency case opened up. I was able to get the most of the preliminary work done, but there's still a bit to go now, so I'm not in a place to make it back home anytime soon. In other words, I don't think I'll be home in time to see you today.
Oh, is that so?
I'm sorry about this. Especially since you're coming all the way out here to see our new place.
Don't worry about it. You are a doctor after all, and in your line of work, you pretty much have to be ready for anything to happen at the hospital and be there for it. I'm guessing that Natasha is home right now, right?
She is. I told her a little bit ago about how I'm going to be coming home a little late today.
Then I'll just stop by the house to give her the gift I planned on giving you both, and then I'll head on home. I'd feel bad staying over longer without you home, since Natasha and I aren't super close yet.
Oh? You planned on bringing us a gift as well, then? That's really sweet of you.
I actually got a request from Natasha a little while back for an all-electric bike. She told me that you always use the car to go to work and whatnot, so she needed something to get herself around town.
You're telling me that Natasha requested something like that, then? I'm surprised to hear that she asked for you to get her something like that, though.
Well, where the both of you are living now, there are a lot of hills and such that are hard to walk up and down when going to and from home. Anyway, I'm already close to your house, so I'll just drop it off with her and then be on my way.
If you say so. Well, thank you. And tell your husband I say thanks as well for the gift.
No worries.
I have to get back to work now, okay?
Good luck today.
Alright, thank you, Faye.
Natasha, good afternoon. Right now I'm outside in front of your brand new house. Huh? You came all the way out here? That's right. Right now I have something to hand off to you. You are home now, right? Because I had rang the doorbell a few times already, but you didn't come to answer the door, so I decided I needed to text you that I'm here. Well, I am home right now. Did you not hear anything from your older brother about today? I heard from him that there was an emergency at the hospital that he had to go back for, and that he wouldn't be home until later tonight. But when he told me that, I was already on the road to here. And so I thought it'd be alright to just swing by and drop off this gift I have for you. I'm sorry if I'm getting in the way of your time, but if you don't mind, can you come to the front door and get this gift? I'm sure you can already understand by just looking at the size of this house, but I am all the way at the back of the house right now, and coming all the way to the front door is a bit of a pain. I am here with the gift to celebrate you guys in your new place, so if you don't mind just coming to grab it from me. Then can you just leave it next to the front door for me? What? It's not like whatever you brought me is going to spoil in the next hour or two, right? Well, you are right about that, but... Oh, perhaps you actually wanted to come inside the house? No, I don't have to come inside or anything like that. Well, listen, I don't really want to be showing everyone the inside of this massive house right now. I can understand anyone wanting to get a look at what the inside of the place is like, but I really only want people coming in while my husband is around to watch them. But if you really, really do want to come inside and have a look around at the inside of this modern and exciting house, then you'll have to pay me a $10,000 entrance fee. A $10,000 entrance fee? You shouldn't be surprised by that amount, though, right? Your brother is a doctor, after all, and to us, $10,000 is like chump change that we can pay at any moment to get where we please. What are you talking about right now? If you're not going to be able to pay that, then go home. I only came here today to hand you guys a gift to celebrate you both getting this new house. But for some reason, I'm having a hard time understanding why you're being so stubborn about coming to grab it from me. In other words, if you want to come into this house with your brother and I and live here, you have to be able to afford the life we both live. So that's why I'm asking you to pay me that $10,000 to get in here. It's a test. This house has that kind of luxurious feel to it that it requires people to pay up to be within it. Now, if that price is going to be too much for you, then you need to leave. Understood. I'm going home now. And I'll make sure to take that gift from you. I'm sure that the gift itself isn't that big of a deal, but I'd at least like you to open up the door and place it in the entrance. This gift isn't as small as you might think it is, so I'm going to leave it in front of the door. And then get lost, you moneyless loser! What I was able to get for your guys' gift is something that you had requested, and it's pretty expensive as well, so make sure to come out and get it soon before someone tries to steal it. Huh? I'm going now.
Faye? I'm sorry about today.
No worries. It's all good.
Also, thank you for bringing that electric bike over for Natasha. Just a second ago, I took it for a test ride around the block on all those hills, and man, is this bike so much better than having to walk up those hills.
Well, I'm just glad the thing works for you guys, and is very convenient.
Also, one other thing I wanted to mention. I saw that you didn't even come inside the house today to drop off the gift, right? That's what I assumed, considering the bike was sitting outside the front door when I got home.
Huh? Well, it seemed that today Natasha didn't have time to come to the front door to get the gift from me. That's what she told me anyway when we texted earlier. So I just told her that I'd leave it out front on the porch so that she could grab it when she had time while I went back home. And that was all.
Is that right? I was looking in the fridge earlier and noticed that my favorite juice and my leftover cake had gone missing, and I assumed you had eaten them. Also, there is this smell coming from the living room. It's like the smell of cigarettes or something.
Well, I was never able to come into the house, so I wasn't there to eat or drink anything, and you know I don't smoke. Not even my husband smokes, so I'm not sure who did that.
You are right about that. Alright then.
Listen, Anderson, I feel that this has something to do with what was going on within your house today, and my husband would really like to talk with you about it.
Huh? Lance has something he wants to talk with me about?
He said that he'd like to talk with you when Natasha is not around.
Alright. Tomorrow I'm going to be off duty, and Natasha is going to be out of the house with some of her friends in the morning. I won't be home until later that evening. So if he comes over sometime in the middle of the day, it should just be me here.
Lance is telling me that that time works for him as well.
Then how about we do lunch while he talks with me about whatever he has to say?
Is it alright if I come along as well?
I don't care.
Then the two of us will start heading over tomorrow and be there around noon.
Okay. Faye, thank you so much for the other day. And tell Lance that I say thanks as well for coming over here.
No. You don't have to be thankful for anything. I'm sorry that Lance had to give all that information to you straight then. You only just started to live in that new house of yours, so it must hurt to hear about all of this.
Well, it's a lot better to know about this sort of stuff instead of continuing to live in the dark. And to tell you the truth, after hearing about all of that, I started to look deeper around the house and proof of everything started to appear. So with everything I've found, I'm going to start doing something about it. I think this will all be handled within a month or so. I'm really sorry, but until things are handled, I'd like you both to act as though nothing is going on.
Alright. If you need anything else from us, just let me know. We'd both be happy to help, and having to sit through this all by yourself is not always the best way of handling it.
Alright. If there's something I need you guys for, I'll let you both know.
Anderson? Now, what the hell is this? Don't you be telling me good morning like that. Why is there divorce paperwork sitting here? What are you talking about? I haven't done jack to make you want to divorce me like this.
From what I found out, you've been cheating on me with one of my friends.
Huh?
I'm sure that sitting right next to those divorce papers is a stack of papers that point to with said friend of mine. And there should also be some contact information from my lawyer. There are some pictures and stuff in there as well for you to look at of you cheating on me. So make sure to give all those a good look.
You're kidding me. How are you able to figure all of this out?
Well, it all started on the day my little sister came over with that gift she wanted to give you to celebrate the new house. On that day, you wanted to have your friend leave the house before I got home. And so, while my sister was also on her way back home, she saw him running through the backyard and jumping the fence. And also, for some reason, when my sister wanted to come in to hand you the present, you said it cost her $10,000 to get into the house. And while you were telling her all that stuff, she said she could hear someone on the second floor running around in panic. And as she turned around to leave, that man came out of the second-story window out. And when that was happening, the husband was standing to the side of the house and got a great look at your friend jumping before.
You're telling me that Lance came along with her?
Well, you asked Faye to get you that electric bike as the gift. And to move that whole box, she needed her husband with her to help.
I never even knew he was around. Wait, I just realized something.
I'm not telling you. I'm going to have my lawyer get in between us before I talk with you anymore in person. And if you have anything to say to me before we divorce, you'd be better off talking to my lawyer about it than me.
Wait! I'm going to break things off with him.
Even if you do leave me, I already know that you're not loyal to me. And that fact will never go away.
I'm asking you to please at least rethink getting a divorce. Hey, come on now. You and I only just started to live inside that massive new house. If you divorce me and kick me out, you'll be all alone in that vast open house with nobody around you, right? Won't you get really lonely living a life like that?
I'm getting ready to sell this place and move somewhere else.
Huh?
I'm so glad I was able to pay off that loan in one lump payment. And so with all that being said, I'd like you to get the hell out of my house once I'm finally divorced you.
But that's... I was finally able to have the house of my dreams. And I've been the wife of a doctor for a while now, so my life was going to be perfect. What the heck is this? Huh? Natasha? What do you want with me all of a sudden? I am standing right outside your house right now. I have been trying to find out where Anderson ran off to hide from me, and since I knew your address, I thought I'd come over and see if he was here. What is with this massive mansion? This place is even bigger than the house I was living in with Anderson. Why the heck are you living in such a huge house like this with even better furnishings than my old house? Are you actually making that much money? Huh? Did we never talk about this before? This is the house of my grandma before she had passed away, leaving it to me. I was always around to watch over her during the last few years, and so as a thank you, she gave me her house and everything in it. And not just the house, though, but a number of cafes and restaurants that she had been managing before passing away. So right now, my job is managing them in her place. So, you were never a moneyless loser? Ah, and my brother is not over at our house right now. What? He's not here? And I have no plans of telling you where he's at right now. Where the heck is that guy ran off to? Natasha? Just in case you think you can get away with it, I suggest not going from here to the hospital he works at looking for him. What you did to him is nothing more than a private issue that resides between you two. So please don't start bringing other people into it and causing trouble for strangers. I know that! What the heck? If I can't find him to talk with him soon, he really is going to leave me. Natasha said that if she couldn't find Anderson soon, he really would leave her. But what she didn't know is that the divorce was already completed. What should have made that obvious to her was that the lawyer stopped by earlier to get her to sign the paperwork and then told her to stop trying to fight the divorce, as it was already finished. Apparently, Anderson had the lawyer turn that paperwork in the moment he got her signature. The following days after the divorce, Natasha and her friend tried to make a huge deal about how they should be given that massive house in the divorce. But as they stood outside Anderson's house making so much noise and chanting that the house was theirs, a black van pulled up from Natasha's parents' place, and two people dragged them inside the vans before driving away. And a month after that had happened, the money that Anderson was asking for in a settlement finally landed in his account from those two. Nobody has any idea where those two disappeared off to, but wherever they are, they must be having one difficult time. But hopefully, no matter how difficult it is for them, they are able to learn their lessons and change their ways.
Hi, Pat. Were you inside our house again today?
Why, yes. You gave me the keys so I can come and go as I please, didn't you? You don't have to make it sound like I snuck into your home.
I did give you the keys, but I had asked you to stop it, didn't I?
Stop what?
First, to enter our house without me knowing. I gave you those keys in case of an emergency. And two, to stop throwing away the food I cooked. Simon just called me and asked me why all the food is gone.
Oh, you don't call that cooking. It tasted awful. So I tossed it away before my grandson eats it. Just because my son is in Asia for his new project doesn't mean you should stop making decent meals for Simon.
Pat, I've had enough of this. It's rude and inappropriate. And now Simon has to wait for me to come home to eat a supper.
It's inevitable. It's better than having to eat your cooking. My poor grandson deserves to be fed with proper food. Aren't you concerned for his health?
I am now because he has nothing to eat. Why are you doing this? You make my life so difficult these days.
If you think so, you need to either learn how to cook or quit working so late. Don't blame it on me. I'm trying to teach you a lesson.
You're being ridiculous. I work hard to support my family, and yet you treat me so disrespectfully. Besides, I gave you those keys in case Simon needed an adult to stay with him. Not because you can go inside when nobody is home and go through our refrigerator. If you can't respect what I ask of you, then give me back those keys.
No! What is wrong with you? You are making it sound like I'm a horrible person. You can't talk to your mother-in-law like that.
What is wrong with me? What if I went into your house without telling you? Or if I threw away the food you cooked for your family?
Daisy, why don't you get it? Can't you see that I'm doing this for your own sake? So that you can become a better mother and wife?
No, I don't understand.
Your husband is not around, and you are very busy with work. So you've been slacking as a homemaker.
I'm not slacking. I'm doing what's most efficient for my family.
A good mother doesn't do what's most efficient. She does what's best for her family, period. Ugh, see, this is why you need someone to snap you back to reality.
Maybe back in your days, but not in the 21st century. I don't need you to snap me back to the old ways. Besides, even if any of what you say are true, you don't just get to throw away people's meals like that. Why can't you see how rude that is?
There is no point in saving horrible food. Plus, you get the better idea if I throw it away, don't you? It's effective discipline.
Discipline? You have no business disciplining me.
I have no choice, do I? No matter how many times I tell you to learn how to cook, you just don't listen. Don't listen. I'll say it again. I'm doing this for you, so get cracking!
Okay, I get your point. But that does not give you the right to treat me this way. I'm asking you nicely to stop it, please.
I will think about it when I think your cooking's become better. If you don't like what I'm doing, then start practicing. Daisy, the food you cooked was horrible again. I made sure it went into the trash.
What? Today?
Yes, today. What do you mean?
I don't get it. How did you get inside?
Through the front door? How else would I get inside your house?
I changed the lock. You should only have the old keys. What the hell did you do?
Oh, well, you got me for a second. I was so confused when your door wouldn't open. I stood there like an idiot for a while.
Then how did you get in? Nothing special?
Thankfully, your son had an early dismissal today, so he came home shortly after. So I just had him open the door. And I already went to the shop to make a copy.
Hold on a minute. You made a copy? Without my consent? You're joking, right?
Of course I'm not. Do you need to see it to believe it? Surely you're not so dumb to realize I'm only doing what is necessary.
Give me a break. How many lines are you going to cross? Why did you be?
Because I need the keys to check your cooking. Why else?
I changed the lock so you would stop doing that. I seriously don't understand why you keep doing this. It's outrageous. You're unbelievable.
Daisy, you need to stop that attitude right now. How many times do I have to tell you that I'm doing this for you? You are really too stupid to understand, aren't you? Ugh, you are being ridiculously rude to your mother-in-law.
I'm the one being rude? First of all, I have never asked you to check my cooking. And now you've used my son to get what you want? None of this is acceptable.
Daisy, you are not listening to me. I come down to your house all the time, despite my busy schedule, for yours. You should be thanking me, but all you do is complain.
You are the one who is not listening. Why would you continue to do something I've asked you to stop? I have nothing to be thankful of.
Ugh, you are so selfish. I am tired of hearing you complain. You shouldn't have changed the locks without telling me. I only did what is necessary to look out for my grandson.
You've lost your mind, Pat.
I have never been so clear-headed. If I didn't come to your house today, your son would have eaten garbage. Do you really want that for him? I saved his day.
I've really had enough now. I can't go on like this anymore.
Well then, just listen to what I'm saying. You should stop fighting and do as I say. And have some cash ready tomorrow.
Cash? For the keys?
I had to go make copies because of you. Have it ready on the table.
Fine, then I will.
Daisy, the food you cooked was horrible again. I made sure it went into the trash.
What? Today?
Yes, today. What do you mean?
I don't get it. How did you get inside?
Through the front door? How else would I get inside your house?
I changed the lock. You should only have the old keys. What the hell did you do?
Oh, well, you got me for a second. I was so confused when your door wouldn't open. I stood there like an idiot for a while.
Then how did you get in? Nothing special?
Thankfully, your son had an early dismissal today, so he came home shortly after. So I just had him open the door. And I already went to the shop to make a copy.
Hold on a minute. You made a copy? Without my consent? You're joking, right?
Of course I'm not. Do you need to see it to believe it? Surely you're not so dumb to realize I'm only doing what is necessary.
Give me a break. How many lines are you going to cross? Why did you be?
Because I need the keys to check your cooking. Why else?
I changed the lock so you would stop doing that. I seriously don't understand why you keep doing this. It's outrageous. You're unbelievable.
Daisy, you need to stop that attitude right now. How many times do I have to tell you that I'm doing this for you? You are really too stupid to understand, aren't you? Ugh, you are being ridiculously rude to your mother-in-law.
I'm the one being rude? First of all, I have never asked you to check my cooking. And now you've used my son to get what you want? None of this is acceptable.
Daisy, you are not listening to me. I come down to your house all the time, despite my busy schedule, for yours. You should be thanking me, but all you do is complain.
You are the one who is not listening. Why would you continue to do something I've asked you to stop? I have nothing to be thankful of.
Ugh, you are so selfish. I am tired of hearing you complain. You shouldn't have changed the locks without telling me. I only did what is necessary to look out for my grandson.
You've lost your mind, Pat.
I have never been so clear-headed. If I didn't come to your house today, your son would have eaten garbage. Do you really want that for him? I saved his day.
I've really had enough now. I can't go on like this anymore.
Well then, just listen to what I'm saying. You should stop fighting and do as I say. And have some cash ready tomorrow.
Cash? For the keys?
I had to go make copies because of you. Have it ready on the table.
Fine, then I will. Pat, did you go into my house again? The necklace my late mother gave me is gone.
What? No, I have no idea where it is. Stop blaming everything on me.
Oh, okay, sorry about that. I guess you're right. I shouldn't make everything your fault.
We agree on something for once. I have stayed out of your life ever since Brittany yelled at me, and yet you think I've done something. You must be heartless.
I'm sorry, Pat. I should have trusted you. Well, then I guess I'll have to confirm the camera.
What camera?
The surveillance camera.
You have a surveillance camera in your house?
Yes, Brittany bought it for us, actually. She wanted to have it in case something happens.
You're joking, right? Where are they installed?
Well, we couldn't cover every corner of the house, but there's one in the living room and also my bedroom. Oh, and by the front door, of course.
Does it have footage from yesterday? Have you seen any of it?
It saves up to 2 hours, so yes, yesterday's footage is still in it. I haven't checked anything yet, though. Is there a problem?
Not particularly. What will you do if there's someone in the footage? What if it's someone you know? You're not going to trouble the police, are you?
Well, I'm definitely reporting it to the police. It's stealing upon intrusion.
Would that mean arrest?
I guess so. It's a crime, isn't it? But I'm sure the thief that stole my belongings know the risks.
Daisy, I'm coming clean because you'll find out once you see the footage. I did take your necklace. I'm very sorry.
Oh, so it was you. Why did you do such a thing?
You told Brittany what I've been doing. Oh, I didn't think my own daughter would be so hard on me. So, you know, I was kind of upset.
I see. And you're telling me all this because...
I have your necklace. I will give it back right away. So, please, don't report me to the police.
I most certainly will. Why did you think I would cut you some slack?
Because I am your family, and I said I'm sorry. I will return your necklace today. So there's nothing to report, is there?
You surprised me with your positive thinking, Pat. What you've been doing to me all this time and what you've done now is more than enough for me to report you. Suck it up, you're not getting away with this.
What about my son? What is he saying? He would never do such a thing to his own mother.
He says he's had enough too. No one has your back.
You are lying. I'm his mother.
He was furious to find out what you've been doing to me. And now he's disowned you. You should have seen it coming, Pat. But you didn't because you were too busy throwing away my food. Too bad you're the one being tossed away now. I called the police right after our last conversation. Pat was taken into custody and arrested for criminal intrusion and theft. She spent a couple of days in a cell before being released. My husband came back from Asia a couple of weeks later, and we moved away so that she could not bother us anymore. I don't think we'll ever see her again. Life without her is very peaceful. In fact, my husband and I reflect back and find it funny that we didn't get rid of her sooner. Unfortunately for Pat, things turned out the way it did because she lacked the imagination that we would cut her out if we really wanted to. She had become so close-minded that she couldn't realize her own children would leave her. And she got backlashed for not using the chance Brittany gave her. Sometimes I wonder if she now understands the mistake she's made. I'll never find out, but I don't mind.